Hi guys, it's the Braybrook, aka the Moon Man, and this vlog we're going to speak a little bit about symmetry. It's a question that I get asked quite a bit, and it's something that I see quite regularly when I read Facebook posts or read articles or watch YouTube videos, and it's this notion that everything in movement, whether it's the movement itself, whether it's the positions a person gets in, i.e. posture, or whether it's the motion they're trying to get away from, everything has to be balanced and everything has to be symmetrical. The left has to do the same as the right, the front has to do the same as the back. You know, the cross areas of the body, you know, from the left foot to the right shoulder, etc., from the right to the left. The spirals in your motions that are taking the forms of us as a human being have to be symmetrical, and this is something that's always puzzled me, as I believe that, you know, we are not symmetrical. There is no such thing in this universe as a symmetrical object. People take an onion and they cut it in half and they open the onion up and they look at the patterns inside, and they look at the symmetrical areas of the onion, and then they say, look, this is a natural pattern, it's symmetrical in its nature, it's designed by nature, thus there is symmetry in the world. But when they then put this onion out and external environments, external factors take control, which is life, the oxygen, the carbon dioxide that we take into our bodies, the wind, the rain, the sun, all these external environments start to take this onion, which was symmetrical for that second, and it starts to change it. It starts to warp it. It starts to decay it. And then you look at the onion that was cut 5, 10 seconds, minute, 2 minutes, an hour, whatever you want to decide time. The longer the time goes on, the more decayed the onion becomes and the less symmetrical it is. So symmetry is an opinion that someone gives to try to look for perfection in us as human beings, as us within our human movement, and what we're trying to see from our external vision, the atmosphere within our life form. It's an opinion of this symmetry. Nothing is symmetrical. If everything was symmetrical, then things will be the same. And if things will be the same, things will be constant. And a constant means that everything has stayed still and stagnated in a static form. If everything's in a static form, then there is no motion, there is no evolution, there is no time frame. For me, if we look at the human movement, the reasons why we move like we move is the variability in our actions. And variability in our actions is a dynamic process of change. And a dynamic process of change means that nothing will be constant. And if nothing is constant and nothing is the same, then nothing will be symmetrical. There's asymmetrical humans. We are asymmetrical motion creatures, and their life is in an asymmetrical form. Asymmetry gives us imperfections. Imperfections gives us change. Change gives us makes us a dynamic being, and a dynamic being is a motion. A motion is movement. So if I'm symmetrical and everything stays the same, left to right, forward and back, up or down, cross change, whichever you decide that the body works in, if everything was the same, everything would move the same. Every human being would move the same. Every external object that you see in nature will remain the same. Nothing will grow, nothing will evolve, nothing will develop, nothing will reproduce, nothing will regenerate. As human being creatures, we are self-organisational entities, and our motion is self-organisational entities, and the reason we are self-organisational entities is because we change, and change can only come about if things are not constant and things are not static and the body is not perfect. Movement is not perfect. posture is not perfect. The actions of evolution is not perfect. That's why they change, and change is non-symmetrical, asymmetrical. It's a very quick one there, guys, on this vlog. I hope that it starts a discussion around asymmetrical and symmetrical, perfection, imperfection, change, constant, static, dynamic environments. Thanks so much. Hope to see you next on the next vlog. Yours in movement, the Movement Man.